One. Andy McMurtrie, welcome to 66 Questions, the Data Strategy Show. How are you doing, Andy?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Thank you.
Good. Yeah. It's good to see you, and I like the drum behind you. Did you place that strategically for this conversation?
I've positioned the computer so it can be seen, yeah, and it's quite handy with other kind of video tools I do as well as a talking piece.
It's a good talking point. So listen, Andy, we're going to get straight into it. Tell me, how do you start your day?
My day starts by sorting out the kids mostly.
Yeah.
But the very first thing I do before I even pretty much speak to my family is get a coffee.
Okay. Yeah. That's the best thing to do. What would you say is your biggest strength?
People person.
I
in terms of teams that I build and run, it's about giving them the freedom, the autonomy to do what they do well, and use their skills to their best and get the best out of people.
And get the best out of people. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that. Tell me, what's the biggest learning experience you've had to date?
That's a tough question to answer. Biggest learning experience, I think, would be recognizing what you enjoy doing, which should be like a strength, and to really narrow down and focus on that. You can't be who you're not. So you've got to be genuine, authentic, and realize that. And I think it's really only in the last probably few years that I've really acknowledged that and really focused in on that. So all that kind of previous experience that I've got is really good, and now it's kind of honing that into what I feel like I bring most to where I work. So yeah,
I often find that's something about getting older as well, because you really get to know yourself much better.
I didn't want to say that.
I did. Oh, let's not labor on that one. What's your favorite time of day?
Favorite time of day is probably the morning, actually. I think it's because I'm most productive. Probably got the most amount of energy. So sort of morning through to mid-morning. I think that's also the time where I do a lot of thinking time.
Yeah.
That's when you get your best thinking before the sort of energy levels start to dip.
And then you need the extra coffee to help you up again.
Yeah. I try to limit it, but yeah. So morning to mid-morning is my favorite.
What's one vice you wish you could give up?
One vice I wish I could give up. So I love coffee, but I won't give that, and I don't think I overdo it. So a vice that I wish I could give up.
If you don't have one.
I don't really. I like a drink. I like a beer and a wine, but I don't think I overdo that. But I think not necessarily give up. I think it's just being aware, and moderation is the key.
Yes. So what makes you angry?
I think it's people that are that just immediately jump to conclusions, or don't reflect, and are not very kind of collaborative when it comes to like working with you, and it's like all about them and what they want, not being able to see the other side. And as you probably have seen in your working life, when you kind of got to work with people like that, it gets me angry, particularly when it impacts teams that I lead, and I can see the impact it has on those individuals. And that, that's the bit that makes me really angry. Luckily, I'm a chilled out Kiwi. I don't tend to get
and that's not the fruit for those people listening.
Yeah. Not the fruit. So yeah, that's what, when it impacts.
When it impacts others, and there's a lot of selfish behavior. Now I hear that. So on the flip side, what would you say is your best trait then?
My best trait is tolerance, and it is diplomacy, I think, as well.
Okay.
Tolerance, diplomacy, and consensus building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What are you most excited about these days?
This is sounds a bit trite now, sort of coming out of pandemic.
Yeah.
But being able to travel sort of more freely.
Yeah.
That's kind of the immediate excitement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't really think of too much else in terms of, you know, I don't sort of look too far ahead of myself. You know, it's kind of what's kind of satisfying you, and kind of the immediate and future, and things to be kind of grateful for. So yeah, I guess that's the things that sort of exciting me at the moment.
So what's the best compliment you've ever received?
Oh, Andy, you are an amazing people person. You build great teams.
And who was that?
That was my boss, my current.
Oh, brilliant. That is a very, very good compliment, obviously. When are you most inspired?
When am I most inspired? When I see sort of creativity sort of thrive. And by that I mean, to be sort of more specific, so obviously work in the world of data, and you know, lead a data team. And when, going back to my earlier point, if I'm giving people autonomy and freedom to do their own things, to sort of make mistakes, which is fine, but then come through that and create, you know, great product for you know, the businesses that we work with. When I see individuals have done that on their own with very limited help from me, other than me giving them that sort of space and freedom to work, and that's what really inspires me. And you know, particularly seeing people develop skills.
And
you know, learn and develop. So seeing other people grow like that really inspires me.
Awesome. What makes you smile the most?
Oh, definitely my kids.
Okay. Anything in particular apart from them playing the drums?
Well, certainly sort of so yeah, my son is quite musical, so whenever he learns a new song, either on guitar or drums, it's really satisfying, and
brilliant.
you smile. And my daughter loves dancing and singing.
Fantastic.
She'll do dance routines and that, you know, obviously that's just a wonderful thing.
There's a little group there.
Well, yeah. Thinking, you know, do we do Britain's Got Talent, or is that?
Yeah. What's the one thing that people don't know about you?
The one thing that people don't know about me is, let me think about that one briefly. Well, I'm a trained barista.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I've not ever worked as a barista.
Yes.
But many years ago, I did some training, so I can.
And do you have a coffee machine that you every morning you have a proper machine that you blend and not percolate anymore?
More time doing it. I've got a pretty big coffee machine.
Oh, really?
The grinder, and I get fresh beans, and yeah, trying to get the kids out the door means I'm not spending hours there sort of perfecting latte art. But but,
and can you do the little can you draw the stuff on top as well?
Only very basic, you know. You can do that with a heart, although it doesn't always look like a heart. But, yeah.
Oh, that's fun. That's really cool, actually. Yeah. What makes you feel the most like yourself?
Sort of when I'm around, particularly around my wife and family, on, you know, just like Saturday afternoon, we've had a good day, you know, and that's just when I'm myself. It's when we got married, one of the things that was said in sort of our wedding was that I feel my most at myself when I'm around my wife. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
Wonderful. That's lovely. Yeah. What are the 3 things that you can't live without?
So I think this has been mentioned on your so definitely coffee.
Yeah.
So sort of exercise, particularly running. I really noticed I haven't been running for like a week or so. And books.
Yeah.
I love reading. Yeah. So
Okay.
they're the three things. Obviously, I can't live without my family.
Well, don't worry, they're not going to listen to this, so it's okay.
Exactly.
You were okay with the previous answer. That's fine. So do you have a current TV character obsession?
I don't have a current TV character obsession. No, but to actually give you an answer rather than be a bit woolly about it, I've been loving the Disney Plus sort of Star Wars series. So Mandalorian. So yeah, probably no. I will come off the fence. The Mandalorian.
Oh, I love that. But you watching the Obi-Wan?
I am.
Yeah. They are amazing. I really actually like the Mandalorian. I thought that was really well done.
Yeah,
brilliantly done it. And just to get to know more about the Mandalorian, fantastic.
It's just genius. So
yeah, it was.
Another one will come out soon.
Yeah. So was that the last show you binge watched then?
I think it probably was. So I binged Mandalorian, the Book of Boba Fett.
Oh yeah.
I came to them quite late actually.
Oh, did you?
So yeah. So I was able to binge them.
Yeah. Fantastic. What's the most adventurous thing you've done in your life?
Jumped out of an airplane. I was attached to another person.
Oh, you were?
Yes, yeah.
You landed safely, obviously.
Landed safely over the sort of the Southern Alps in New Zealand and the South.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was pretty
beautiful scenery then.
It was, yeah. So I'd say that's probably the most adventurous thing.
Amazing. So how would you define yourself in 3 words?
Kind, curious. Third one would be relaxed.
What's your most overused phrase?
Well, that's a word, isn't it? So overused phrase would be that's a hard one, no?
Yeah.
I think it's probably when you first get on a call or when people say, how's it going? Oh yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
And you're not always fine.
You're not always fine. It's just it's the stock answer.
It's the stock answer.
Yeah.
So I'll go with I'm fine.
Okay. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
So I think I don't know who told me this. So if you asked me who told you that, I couldn't probably give you the answer. It's probably an amalgam that's come together. And it comes back to my previous answer of you can only be who you are.
Yeah.
And you obviously can develop skills and you can be mindful of things that are your strengths and weaknesses, but ultimately you need to play up your strengths. And don't try and be someone that you're not. So,
yeah, absolutely.
And I think for many, many years, I tried to be someone I wasn't, and to develop certain behaviors that just were not me. I think either someone or an amalgam said, focus on
what you're good at.
That and don't worry about all this other stuff, right? It really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that piece of advice was absolutely the best thing.
Sage advice. Do you remember the moment that your career completely changed?
I think I don't know if it's pinpointing the specific moment, but I think the formative years of my career probably came from a company that we used to work for, Accenture, and I just learned so much there, and not necessarily about being a management consultant, but just the experience that gave me the confidence to kind of grow my career from that. And I think that, so that's not necessarily a moment.
Sure.
Lots of moments.
Yeah.
And I think, by joining that company, if I hadn't, I think I'd probably, in a very different place. So yeah, I think that's probably the series of moments.
Yep. What's your biggest regret?
I think probably not learning what I just said before many years ago around just be yourself, and maybe trying things that were offered to me, earlier on in my career.
Okay.
I don't live with regrets, but I think, if I was to sort of tell my younger self something, it would be around just try things. It really
don't answer that now, because there's a question coming up on that. So I know you're a musician now with those the drums. So what's heavily played on your music playlist right now?
So I've gone back to my 1990s sort of years of so Pearl Jam.
Oh yes.
Red Hot Chili Peppers. So Red Hot released a new album recently.
Yep.
That's been played heavily.
And
I've done the sort of back catalogue of the Chili Peppers. So yeah, that's getting played a lot.
Okay. And are you drumming to that as well, or are you
a little
does that inspire you to get back on the drums?
It does. It really does.
Yeah. So what 3 things are at the top of your bucket list?
3 things at the top of my bucket list. So they're probably going to be all based around travel, because I just love traveling. So if I'll give you a bucket list of places I want to go.
Yep.
So 3 places: Cambodia.
Okay.
Greece. Never been to Greece.
Okay.
Yeah, do the islands and Athens, and Africa.
Okay. You've never been there.
Never been there either. My wife spent quite a bit of time there.
Very cool.
So yeah,
great place.
I'll give you my bucket list of 3 places.
Excellent. So, do you have a guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure is, what's my guilty pleasure? So I'm struggling with that one. I don't really have anything.
Don't worry. We'll just carry on. Yeah. Maybe it might come back. So what book did you most recently finish? Now I know that you are a bookworm.
So I just finished Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell.
Very good book.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm a Malcolm Gladwell fanboy.
Yeah. I'm just looking at so I've got Outliers there, and I've got Blink. Yeah, on my shelf.
Blink, yeah.
So, no, very, very good. If you could go back in time, what would you tell your 16-year-old self?
Oh, there we go. I'll elaborate. And I think I'll tell my 16-year-old self of it doesn't matter what you try and things you'll fail at. It has absolutely no bearing on the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So just try. Very good. Whether it's different sports or particularly in terms of different jobs.
Get out of your comfort zone a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah. If you could switch lives with one person for a day, who would it be?
It would. I think it would be Malcolm Gladwell. He obviously meets very interesting people.
Yep.
And tells amazing stories.
Yes.
So I'd like to be able to be able to do that and see what that's like for a day.
For a day, yeah. I wonder if it's really that exciting.
Well, exactly.
You might catch him on an off day.
Yeah.
What's the one thing you've always wanted to try but you've been too scared to do?
One thing I've always wanted to try, too scared. So probably like sing. I've been reliably informed I'm not a great singer, but I think I'd like to maybe have some singing lessons.
Right.
I play the guitar a bit, so I could put those 2 together and do it in front of people.
Right. Well, there you go. There's a goal for you now.
Exactly.
What's the most ridiculous fact that you know?
What's the most ridiculous fact that I know? Let me have a think about that one. God, you've stumped me on that one as well.
Oh, as a data person, I thought you'd know some facts. Don't
Yeah.
worry. Don't worry. No pressure. No pressure at all. If you could resurrect one person from history and put them in the world today, who would it be?
Abraham Lincoln.
Okay. Why is that?
So I've, being a bookworm, read a lot, watched lots of documentaries about him. He just had an amazing personality.
Mm-hmm.
The way that he could see beyond like what was immediately in front of him, bring people together, and huge amounts of sort of courage to do things that were hugely unpopular.
Right.
I think, you know, in the world today, having someone like that would be a really good thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. True. If you were not living in the UK, where would you be living?
Well, I would have to say New Zealand.
You would have to. You would have to.
Yeah, yeah. But if it wasn't New Zealand, it would be Italy, I think.
Okay. Any specific place? Or just
really?
anywhere? No.
Yeah, somewhere pleasant.
Yeah.
There's lots of pleasant places in Italy.
There are. If you could offer one piece of advice to upcoming data leaders, what would it be?
I think it would be don't boil the ocean. You know, identify what are the key pain points and prove that you can resolve those through the use of data, but be sure as to how it improves the business, but particularly if it's customer facing type business, how it improves customers and customer experience and customer service. So if you can join all those pieces together, that would be the key thing.
Great.
Definitely don't try and boil the ocean. And the answer isn't always machine learning or data.
Correct. Very, very good advice. Where was the best vacation you've ever taken?
I think I would say, so we own a camper van. And a few years ago, we did a camper van trip around France, Italy, and Switzerland.
Oh, wow.
And that was pretty special. Switzerland is the first time I've been to Switzerland. That's an amazing place. Breathtaking scenery. Yeah. It just absolutely blew me away. So yeah, I'll go with that one.
Yeah. And so I know now you've not been to specific countries like Greece, but is there one city that you've always dreamed of traveling to?
Well, I went to New York when I was 11, and I'd like to go back. I know that's a bit cheesy. Everybody wants to go to New York, but yeah,
that's what you want to do.
Exactly. That's what I want.
Exactly. What's the best lesson your parents ever taught you?
Best lessons from my parents. Well, I think they were great parents. You know, so I've got nothing but happy memories of growing up, and I think the lesson from that is the way that I parent.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Fantastic. What's your favorite food?
Well, it's steak.
Okay. Medium. So how do you like it done?
Medium rare, sort of more on the rare side.
Rare side. Yeah. Like me. Do you have a favorite podcast?
I do. And it's back to our friend Malcolm Gladwell. Gladwell, Revisionist History.
Okay, good. I'll have a listen to that actually. How do you tend to relax?
By listening to podcasts. which is actually quite true.
On a run.
Yeah. That is pretty much it. Yeah.
What's a movie that made you cry?
A movie that I tell you what, I can't remember the name of it, but it had Ewan McGregor, and it's to do with the tsunami in South.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Was it 2004?
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it, but I think, that I think I may have shed a tear because it's sort of losing family, and then they find each other.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
So
Who would you say is your biggest inspiration?
I think I'm going to actually go with my wife on that.
Oh, wow.
She's an amazing mother. She works. She's incredible at what she does in her job, with a lot of passion and a lot of dedication. And how she juggles everything, I do know. I honestly genuinely don't know. So,
I don't know that either. Same with my wife. Yeah, it's their talents are beyond what we can do.
Exactly. So
yeah. What's the one talent you wish you had? I know you said you'd like to sing, but are there any others?
I think I wish I was a bit better at playing cricket.
Okay.
I was pretty good. Actually.
What happened?
Maybe I didn't practice enough.
There you go.
I just wish I was a bit better, and maybe represented,
your county or your
county. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'll go with that one.
Find the village team. You can play on the village green. How's that?
That's sad, because they're all sort of dying out.
Oh,
they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah. What's the one data trend that you dislike?
As in, like something's got a buzz in the market, or something?
Yeah, a trend that's currently out there, or something that you just really fires you up, and you think, oh, not again.
I think it's I don't know if this is specific to data so much, but the whole hype around blockchain wind me up. Don't get me wrong, I think there's probably there is a place for it. I can see but it was, it got talked about an awful lot.
Yeah.
But the reality or the practicality of it was some distant away. So yeah, that was a trend that sort of wound me up quite a bit.
What's a superpower you wish you had?
I wish I could fly.
Okay.
Just like the cool thing to be able to
Yeah, well, I think, as you said, when you were up in that parachute, to see what you saw and the scenery must have been quite breathtaking, especially if you're where was it again? You were up in Switzerland?
No, the skydiving was New Zealand.
Oh, that was in New Zealand. Oh, well, still breathtaking. Yeah, still breathtaking. So what's something you don't want to be doing in 10 years' time?
Something I don't want to be doing in 10 years' time would be I don't know, Simi. I don't think I can probably give you an answer to that one.
That's all right. That's fine.
Yeah.
You can think on it, ponder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking back on your life, is there anything you would have done differently?
No, I don't think there was, actually. Yeah.
What's the best thing that happened to you this year?
Best thing that happened this year was, we're booked to go back to New Zealand.
Yeah, wonderful.
Hopefully we actually get there. So that would genuinely be the best thing. So
Brilliantly.
New Zealand opening up.
Yeah, and going back. Yeah, that's good. Which movie makes you laugh the hardest?
I think it's so we watched recently Ace Ventura: Pet Detective with my son.
Oh yes.
And yeah, there's quite a few sort of belly laughs in that.
There are, aren't there? I watched it recently with my daughter, and we just couldn't stop laughing as well. Yeah. I think it's just
that and Alf at Christmas.
Oh yes. Yeah. Do you believe in second chances?
Yes, I do actually. Yeah. Yeah.
What 3 words best describe your leadership style?
It's probably similar to the
3 words. Yeah.
So sort of empathetic, collaborative, and I think it was consensus building. Put a hype in there like that.
Okay, all right. What are currently your top 3 data challenges?
I think there's a lot to do, which sounds a bit funny. So it's being clear on the, you know, the priority of things that need to be done, and, you know, you can't do everything at once. I think bringing data more into the heart of the sort of the business, and by that I mean that it's an asset that can be used to drive better customer experience, better customer service, versus you know, all the kind of stock standard like IT development or marketing or whatever it might be. The data's got a kind of an equal seat at the table to come up with sort of solutions to those business opportunities. So and I think just you know, cost management and, you know, investment. So data is something you continually need to invest in. It's not sort of pay once and it's done. It's, you know, so it's ensuring that you know, you've got that right level of investment to meet the needs and demands of kind of the business.
Yeah, excellent. What are 3 words that you describe living in the UK?
So I would go with opportunity. So, you know, you just, coming from a small country, you don't get the type of opportunity you get here. Opportunity. Weather.
Oh dear.
And
which has got better, I think, over the years.
Yeah, exactly. It's been quite interesting over the last few days. So opportunity, weather, and I'll go with what's a word to describe? You know, I think the number of kind of interesting people in this country, you know, I think that's quite unique. What's a word that describes that? Unique people.
Unique people. There you go. How do you handle pressure in your career?
I think I'm good at taking a step back or trying to remove yourself from the situation to get that kind of distance. And I think I don't know if someone said, if you kind of elevated yourself up to look down on a particular situation, is it really that bad, right?
Yeah.
And I think just trying to kind of just remove yourself, and it doesn't mean stop.
But just step back a little bit.
Just take that time to breathe.
So what did you want to do with your life at the age of 12?
So age of 12, potentially professional sports person, professional player, maybe. But I think at the age of 12, I think it was that. I think just all I wanted to do.
Professional cricketer?
Yeah.
Cool. What's something you still like to learn?
So apart from the singing, a language. Yeah.
Okay. Again, any specific one? Italian?
I did learn Italian a bit. I really mastered it, but I think French actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lovely language to.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. So this final question, the last one, I think I'm going to know what the answer is, but I'll ask it anyway. You're stuck on an island. You can pick one food to eat forever without getting tired of it. What would it be?
So I know I said my favorite food was steak, but I actually think the food I'd go for forever would be pizza.
There you go. You'd never get tired of pizza. Fantastic.
You've got the chance to change the toppings.
Yeah. Well, let's hope you do. All right, Andy, that's great. Thank you so much for coming on to 66 Questions. It's been fantastic to have you, and enjoy your day.
Thank you so much. It's been so much fun, and sorry that I got stumped on a couple of the questions.
Not a problem at all. Not a problem.
It's been loads of fun, Samir. Thank you so much.
Good. Cheers. Thanks, Andy.
Yeah.
Bye.